Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers? Peter Gilmore here on this late Sunday night. Back to you again with another video right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the gobbledygook down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, share the video all over the internet. But don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never, ever, ever miss an upload. Because if you miss an upload, you're going to miss a lot of good stuff. And that's all I got to say about that. So hit the bell, subscribe, friend me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and share the videos all over the internet. That's it. Simple. That's all you got to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Sunday night, September the 6th, 2020, or if you're watching now from somewhere else, it is now September the 7th, 2020. It is Labor Day, well, about to be Labor Day here in the United States and around the world. So tomorrow will be Labor Day, the unofficial end of summer. The summer is over. I am in command. No, I'm sorry. Had to go a little just twisted sister on you. So if you don't remember what video that's from, you get bonus points. Anyway, so yeah, Labor Day is tomorrow, the unofficial end of summer. So the summer is over. The weather is gonna be getting a little cooler. Gonna be like spring, fall, like a little, 50, 60-degree weather. Going into October and early November, then it's going to start getting really cold by the time it comes. I just pray and hope we don't have a bad winter, but knowing this year, we're going to have a bad winter. I guarantee you. With this fucking virus and the flu, go figure. It's going to fucking suck this fall and this winter. But the one good thing that comes out of it is my birthday. That's all I can say about that. And we're going to move on from there. All right, so on this late Sunday night, early, almost turned Monday morning, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for your late and out-of-date AEW All Out 2 review. Yes, All Out 2. I said All Out 3 in my reviews. I know it's all in, and then the last two are All Out. Okay, so it's All Out 2, which happened last night from in Jacksonville, Florida, and to be honest with you, a lot of people giving this they say this was bad. I mean, bad, not Extreme Rules bad, but I mean, wasn't that good. And to be honest with you, we watched it last night. I was gonna do a review. I was fucking sick as a dog, throwing up, head killing me, body in like tremendous pain. So I decided to sleep it off, and I'll do it up. I was gonna do it in the morning, but I was still kind of bleh. So I was like, all right, let me do it tomorrow night when I get home from work. So here it is. So here's your AEW All Out review, and you can come in the chat. Let's talk about it. I thought it was pretty solid, but this is kind of a little bit of a downer for get off his ass and don't make the freaking pay-per-view 4 fucking hours. Freaking ended after 12 o'clock. I want to go to bed, I want to do the review. I don't want to spend 4 hours watching freaking, wrestling. I could, but, I watched 8 hours of WrestleMania. I had to take intermittent shit breaks because I had to eat, and then Had to be with the missus, you know. That's all I can say about that. But 4 hours. I mean, come on, Tony. You need to. If you want it at 7 o'clock, honestly, put the buy-in at 6:30, or put it at 6, and then start the show at 7. And if you want to do long as fuck matches, like the tag team title match was way too long. Bad for the outcome, but went too long, in my opinion. You know, I think because of Matt Hardy's scare. Oh boy, I'll get to that in a minute. It was just freaking scary, that fall that him and Sammy Guevara took. Holy crap! Surprised he's still alive. That could have been really, really, really bad. But I'll get to that in a minute. So let's get to it. Let's get into it. And that's all I was going to say. But first, we got some chat. And then let's talk about that. All right, my good buddy, Slap It Joe, Slap It Joe, in the chat. He says, the audacity of Tony Khan to criticize Vince for putting his workers at risk. Vince wouldn't make his workers do anything he wouldn't do himself, while Khan almost ended Hardy's career. Yeah, to an extent, yeah, I agree with you. But remember Owen Hart? I think you all remember Owen Hart when he fell. The entire arena went silent. They thought it was part of the show. They didn't know until like later on after the event finished, and then we had to hear JR during after we heard from Deborah and Jeff Jarrett. There was like, we're pulling for you, buddy. Blah blah blah. They were crying and everything. Now I started freaking crying. I was like, fucking Owen Hart, man. And then I heard when Owen Hart, when Jim Ross said Owen Hart passed away, I fucking lost it. I was like, I hope this pay-per-view ends. Like, end the pay-per-view. I would have been happy with the pay-per-view ending, and then having those matches that didn't get put on Over the Edge, put it on Raw. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me just answer this phone call. Can I call you back?
What are you doing?
I'm busy doing a video. I'll call you back in a little bit, not too long. And the missus calling at the wrong time as usual, but you knew that already. So like I said, when Owen Hart, we found out Owen Hart died. Anybody who was watching it probably was crying up a storm and probably thinking the show was over, right? Wrong. Vince McMahon, being the greedy bastard that he is, and the old senile fuck that he is, let the show go on like nothing happened. Oh, one of our wrestlers died. We're just gonna continue the show because we have to please the fans. You couldn't have had Vince McMahon, the freaking owner of the company, go out to the ring and say, "Oh, we had a problem with the Owen Hart. He came, he fell from the rafters and they took him to a hospital, but he was pronounced dead at the scene," something like that. I mean, announce to the crowd that like something happened. I mean, really. I mean, not go to a fucking segment with Jeff Jarrett and Deborah crying up a storm, and then they knew what happened, but they didn't know that he was dead. And the show went on. I don't understand that. And now getting to Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara, when they took that fall and completely missed the table, by the way, and then Matt Hardy hit. I mean, I thought it was dead. I thought Matt Hardy was dead. He wasn't moving for like maybe almost a couple minutes. And then the referee's doing this, the X. and they called off the match. They said no match ends in a no contest. Right? Wrong. They continued the match. Hardy's getting up. He's like, bleh. I don't know how he got up. I think he was half dead, and then he got up, like he got resurrected or something like that. And they continued the match. Why? I'll get to the logistics of the match in a minute. But why did they continue the match if Matt Hardy, who suffered a concussion, by the way, and he still finished the match? I mean, big ups to Hardy, but I think Tony Khan should have called it. I mean, should have called an audible right there. Said, let's just do away with it. Go on. Just go on with another match. Make that maybe match the next match a little bit longer. Tell the people whoever went on after that, let them go a little bit longer. That's I think that's why when they restarted the match and then they had the tag title match, they went like 10, 15 minutes over. I don't know how much over, to be honest with you, but they went longer than expected. I think because they had to fill time. But it was stupid. It was stupid for Tony Khan to even allow the match to restart. And then to just rush to the finish. All you had to do was have it on another show. Or, take Matt Hardy to a fucking hospital. Don't let him freaking get up and then go to the finish. He's like groggy. I mean, take the fucking dude to the hospital. Why are you making him, I don't know, it was his decision to restart the match, or it was the referee, or it was Tony Khan himself. So not Cody's. I don't think Cody was there. He might have been in the back. I don't know. But, I mean, Tony, really, dude, use your fucking noodle. You see a guy's fucking concussed. I mean, can you fucking take him to the hospital? You could have put his life on the line. It just could have been, Owen Hart Part 2. Except Owen didn't, Matt Hardy didn't, the table didn't break. I mean, he just overshot the table and just fucking, busted his head wide open. Could have been really, really bad for Matt Hardy. But thankfully, he's getting better. He has a concussion, so he'll probably be off TV for a while. I would say maybe a couple weeks to a month, because he has to go through the concussion protocol and all that stuff. But yeah. I mean, Tony Khan should have just not even let the match happen. I mean, just end the match and then let the EMTs who are there and the trainers and everything, the doctors or whatever, let them take care of Matt Hardy. Take him to the trainer's room. Take him to the hospital. Put him in a freaking hot ambulance. Put him in the hospital. Now you got freaking Rebby Hardy breathing down everybody's fucking neck. You know how she is on Twitter, going completely nuts. It's like, you almost killed my husband. Shut the fuck up. But she has a point. She has a few points. That's all I can say about that. Just stupid for Tony Khan what he did. I was watching Jericho's live stream last night, and he confirmed that Matt Hardy is okay. I actually watched that too, when he said that Matt Hardy was okay. I'm glad he's okay. Thankfully, that fall was scary. I don't think he'll be doing that again. I think he knows better to do that again. I remember Owen, but that was a long time ago, 1999. I don't think it was Vince's fault, though. It was a stunt coordinator who used a shitty rope to lower Owen to his death. Yeah. There's so many freaking conspiracy things about who's to blame for Owen Hart dying. Is it Vince Russo? Is it Vince McMahon? Is it the stunt company? I really think that they should that Owen Hart should have never even done it. I think Owen Hart should have just came right down the aisle like a normal person, instead of coming down the rafters and God forbid something happens. Sting used to come from the rafters a lot. Imagine Sting. What this would have happened to Sting. I don't think anybody would be doing all these stunts. Shawn Michaels coming from the rafters and then zip lining. What happened? What if the zip line fell? It broke. He would have been in the crowd, dead. The Undertaker when he died, when he cut that great promo from the coffin after he lost the Yokozuna. He was lifted on a with strings, in a harness and shit. What if that would have messed up? Oh, I don't think we'd be talking about the Undertaker. He probably would be out longer than the storyline was, which was like 6-7 months. And then they had those vignettes with Leslie Nielsen, with pizza, and then Ted DiBiase brought in Brian Clark, who was the fake Undertaker, or Brian Adams, whatever his name is. Brian Adams, what? Not that Brian Adams. That's another guy. But Brian Clark, whatever you want to call him. Crush, But these people do all these stunts and they don't think twice. I'm sure Owen probably would have said, I don't think this is good enough. I'm too scared to do it. I'm not going to do it. And if it's like, oh, you got to do it now. Make it interesting. If I had to do that, I'm like, fuck no, Vince. No. I know it's for the show and everything, but no. I am not coming down for the fucking rafters. Like 90, how many feet it was? 90 feet, something like that. Not doing it. I'd rather have a normal entrance or maybe a different kind of entrance with pyro. But these freaking people, wrestlers have these really scary matches and scary entrances. I mean, you look at Darby Allin, the guy's a fucking maniac. If you've seen his videos, diving off bridges, diving off the top of a house or something like 50 feet down into foam into foam. The foam bricks or whatever it is. He's a maniac. I mean, he almost tries to kill himself in every match. One day it's going to happen. And it's not going to be AEW's fault. It's going to be Darby Allin's fault. Or anybody else that does these extreme things. It's going to be just fucking, stuff. But, like I said, Tony Khan should have just called the match off, move on. Not restart it, not have it restarted, and then you go right to the finish. Freaking Matt Hardy could have been really, gotten really, I don't know. Matt Hardy could have been severely hurt. Really, it would have been really bad if he did another like big spot. But they went on with the match. They wanted to give the fans what they want, But I think Tony Khan should just called it off. That's all I got to say about that. I talk too much about that. All right. Let's get into the review. Let's not waste any more time that I already wasted. And as always, the chat room's open. You can talk about AEW, Raw tomorrow night, SmackDown, NXT, whatever you want. New Japan, indie wrestling, CW, Japan, WOW, whatever you want. And that's it. So keep them coming. All right, so I'm going to start with the buy-in, which only had 2 matches on the card, and most of these matches were like, not great. I mean, these are matches that should have been on dark. But it is what it is. We started with the bad boy, Joey J, with a Sunny Kiss at ringside, taking on Serpentico. I didn't see it, so I just, I didn't bother. I didn't watch the Raw. I was like, don't care. And get straight to the point. Joey Janela beats Serpentico with a Macho Man elbow. Oh yeah, but he can't do it like the Macho Man. Dig it. Raining elbows down from heaven. They done Ray Elizabeth. That's right, Randy. God bless the Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth should be in the fucking Hall of Fame. Tired of this shit. I'm tired of all these dumb bitches getting in before her. Freaking Miss Elizabeth should be in. Melina, Gail Kim, Mickey James, Molly Holly, Jazz, Ashley Massaro, who died like a couple years ago. She should have been put in right then and there. But they put in Beth fucking Phoenix. They put in the Bella sluts before all those women. And you know Stephanie's going to go in before half of them too. You know that's going to happen. Probably next year. Mike, I bet you nothing. Next year, we'll be hearing the female inductee to the Hall of Fame, Stephanie McMahon. Before Miss Elizabeth. Come on. You have to put Miss Elizabeth in. What is taking so long? That's why I fucking hate the WWE Hall of Fame. It's a fucking joke. When they put in people that should go in, and but they put them in a little bit like a year, 2, 3, 5 years too late, or in Macho Man's case, 20 years too late. Well, not even 20. I should like 10, 15, almost 15 years too late. It gets to the point where why didn't they do this sooner? I don't even remember when it started. I don't know who the first inductee was. I would probably think it wasn't Bruno, because Bruno came way later. It wasn't Hogan, because Hogan came later. I think it was Andre. Or Vince McMahon Sr., I'm not sure. But over the years, you got these people, Hogan going in, that was fine. I'm okay with him going in. Of course, Hogan has to go in. But Macho Man went in like 10, 12 years later. Come on. And the Hall of Fame's been around almost, I would say, almost 20 years, I think. Isn't it time to put in Miss Elizabeth, who should have been in first? Well, at least put in Moolah and then Mae Young. Then the next year, Miss Elizabeth, the third person. Look what she did for the WWF. WWF. Managed the Macho Man. She was the first lady. She was it. That was it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. She should be in the Hall of Fame. Why is it taking so long? That's why I fucking hate the Hall of Fame. I fucking hate it every fucking year. Because I put in really dumb people who shouldn't even be in. Like the Bella sluts. I know they've been around 10 years, But, before Miss Elizabeth, before Gail Kim. Should have been a little bit later. But no, because who was sucking, whose cock at the time. Nikki was sucking John Cena's cock, and John Cena was sucking Vince's cock. Come on. So I'm surprised that Punk said that in that really good promo that he did, he called John Cena the biggest ass kisser next to The Rock. I would say he's the biggest dick sucker of them all. Yeah, you'll be sucking on that grapefruit for a while, haven't you, John? I would have said that right in his fucking face. I don't care what Vince would have said to me. He's like, watch your mouth. Like, shut the fuck up, Vince. I would say, shut your fucking mouth. I don't care if they would have bleeped it. You know what? In ring and live, doesn't matter. I would tell Vince McMahon right then and there, shut the fuck up. And sit the fuck down. Or get the fuck out of my ring. Then if he would have fired me, I wouldn't care because I cut a good promo. And I would have sued his ass for that shit. For unfair working conditions. I probably would have lost, but anyway, that's enough about that. So anyway, getting back to AEW, not about WWF and WWE. We're not here to talk about that crap, that crappy Fed, but it is what it is. So Joey Janela picks up the win over Serpentico. Whoop-de-damn, freaking new, don't care. And that's that. All right, then we get to match number 2 on the buy-in. The Dark Order. The Beaver Boys, Alex Reynolds and John Silver, they took on Private Party. I think you know what happened here. Basically, Private Party, I mean, they were getting beat up, and then they tag in Cassidy. Marquine gets kicked out of the corner. Cassidy shoves with boots. Cassidy lands on his feet. They hit Gin and Juice. And smoking some Endo. It's rolling down the street, smoking Endo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Good old Snoop Dogg. Or as somebody that used to go to college and said on a live on the radio, Snoopy Dog Dog. I remember when she said that, when that woman said that, God bless her, she said, Snoopy Dog Dog. Everybody in the next studio was cracking the fuck up. And she didn't know why everybody was laughing. When we told her after the news, after we finished the news, that you said Snoopy Dog Dog when it was Snoop Dogg. Over the Beaver Boys, the 2 jobbers of the freaking group, but it is what it is. And that's that. All right. Let's start off. Then we start off with the main show. Get to that chicken nugget in a minute. We start off with, and the beginning of All Out was kind of, but like the second half, perfection. Right after the Hikaru Shida, Hikaru Shida, done the Rosa match, which was great. After that, everything was great. Everything else was good. Even the main event, Moxley and MJF, that was pretty good. Told a good story. That too. What's that? So we start off with the tooth match between Big Swole, taking on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. And that's that. Match kind of weird, but it was at Britt Baker's dentist office, and so we see Big Swole pulling up in a limo with the referee. The ref's like, I don't know this the place. I don't know. And then Big Swole's like, you're damn right, it's the right place. So she enters the doctor's office, smacks Reba with a clipboard because she didn't think know who it was. Anyway, she enters the dentist's office and we see blood on the floor. Blood, motherfuckers! And so Big Swole says, I've been waiting for you, so you must be. And she walks down the hall, turns to the left, and then in the shadows, we see Britt walking slowly with a clear mask on. And then horror music plays. Ooh. Is it Saw? Holy crap! So anyway, she opens a cabinet. It's full of little motorized teeth out of the Joker. Motorized teeth. And then from behind, Britt takes her diploma off the wall, clocks Big Spatterhead. Swole grabs a nearby pan, clocks Britt across the head. And then Reba comes up and tries to squirt her. Not like that, but anyway, we go outside. Big pan. She's looking for Britt, but she has a crutch and smacks her across the back with it. And then they go back into the dental office, and Big Swole grabs an office chair, sends it flying into Britt. Ow. Britt comes back with a super kick, sending her into the dental chair. And then Britt grabs the power drill. Oh, we're going to get some blood. Is it safe? No. She tries to drill Big Swole, but she escapes somehow. I don't know how. She should have had like her tied up. That would have been really scary. Saw her face off. And then in comes Reba with a syringe. Ooh. Big Swole pulls the top of it off. She tries to stab I think Reba with it. Reba tries to stab Big Swole with it, but Swole's able to overpower Britt, and Britt ends up stabbing herself in the thigh with the shot, and then Britt just fades away and classifies herself as obsolete. Obsolete. So Britt fades away. She fades. She goes to sleep, and she's out. The referee says, "That's it. That's how you win." Okay. So Big Swole picks up the victory over Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. So not good for my to start my predictions. I didn't get a lot of predictions right, so it is what it is, and that's all I can say about that. So Big Swole gets the victory. I expect a rematch coming on Dynamite, when Britt Baker wakes up. And that's all I gotta say about that. Match was I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Should have never happened on the main show. And that's that. It is what it is. All right, match number 2, the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson take on Jurassic Express, or as JR called them, Lucha Express. Oh boy. Anyway, we got Jungle Boy Jack and Luchasaurus with that little stinking runt Marco stunt at ringside. This match was a little bit better. Not great, but better than the first match. So also with Jungle Boy and Nick, they do some rope work, do some flippity doos and some arm drags. And Matt Jackson moves his bandana, gets a shoulder block from Jungle Boy. He flies, goes for a knee, but Matt holds up a Northern Light suplex, goes for another, then another, and then a fourth, and then they tumble to the outside. Matt goes back in the ring as the referee hits 4. As we see Marco Stunt checking on Jungle Boy, see if he's still around. Then Matt hits a running knee, goes for the cover, and gets a 2 count. 2. And then Luchasaurus hits Matt with a headbutt and goes on all 4s. And Jungle Boy flies to the outside onto Nick. And then Lucha sends Matt to the outside, goes to the apron. Then he hits a beautiful moonsault to both of the Bucks. As the crowd was kind of dead for most of the show, but it is what it is. I don't know what they only woke up when Jericho came on. That's the only time they woke up because they had to sing Judas. That's the only thing. The crowd was like half dead for the whole show. I don't know what. I mean, really, come on. It's only maybe like what 10% there, like 2. And come on. This wouldn't happen in Ring of Honor. And believe me, when they used to do the shows in the Hammerstein, not the Hammerstein, but the Grand Ballroom, which holds maybe I would say maybe 1,000 at least, a couple hundred to maybe a couple thousand, not 2,000, but like maybe 1,500 at most. They were there. They could get, they were loud. And for every match, they were loud. Even in the Hammerstein Ballroom, which holds like 20,000 people, I think, or maybe less than that. They're, for Ring of Honor, You know, you know, sometimes the crowd he has the match sucks, but if it's a good match, they're fucking up in arms, and all this other good stuff, and that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, then Jungle Boy, he hurricane on the apron. Nick drops him hard on the apron. Ow! He destroyer to Lucha in the ring. Matt walks over to Marco Stunt, kicks his crutch away, then super kicks him in the face. That's what you get, you little runt. Fuck yourself. You know, anybody who's a fan of Marco Stunt can go fuck himself too. That's all I gotta say about that. Matt gets Jungle Boy on the apron on the outside. Nick goes to the apron, hits a running kick to Jungle Boy. Nick tags in, and they see Jungle Boy on the second rope and pull him horizontally. Oof. Nick flies with a senton onto the abs Jungle Boy and pins for a near fall. They go for the BTE trigger, but they miss and they hook up for the Meltzer driver, but Lucha is there to chokeslam Nick. Lucha then grabs Matt, swings him into a diamond cutter, well, kind of like a diamond cutter from Jungle Boy, as Nick is there to break. Jungle Boy sends Nick into the crowd, and then Luchasaurus springboards into the crowd. That was pretty cool. While in the ring, Jungle Boy flies off the top rope, and he gets super kicked in the mush. And Matt goes to the cover. 1, 2, no, near fall. In comes Nick. Jungle Boy's up. And we get a super kick party! And cover for a near fall. Nick tags in Matt. They grab Jungle Boy. They each have an arm. And they hit the Kagagobe! For the BTE trigger. And they pin Jungle Boy 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So the match was all right. Gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Now, typical Bucks match, but not as great as they usually do. But, you know, they've been doing some of these matches that, you know, most of the matches not that great, but it's what it is. So, we get that. So I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars, and we're going to move on from there. All right, then we see Tony Schiavone, or Tony Schiavone, or Tony Baloney, whatever you want to call him, and JR talking about Battle Royals. Then we get to Jake Roberts explain the rules for the Justin Roberts, not Jake Roberts. Sorry about that. You know, it could be Jake. I don't know. You know, trust me. Something like that. So Justin Roberts explains the rules for the upcoming Battle Royal, which is just like the other casino Battle Royales, where they use a special deck, and the Joker comes out last, as usual. So we get to the first group of guys. And this is match number 3. This was an actual pretty good Battle Royal. And so the first group is Trent Beretta, Christopher Daniels, The Blade, Jake Phoenix. And they go at it. Blah, blah. And then we get to the second group, which is Frankie Kazarian, Will Hobbs, Chuck Taylor, or Chucky T, Santana, and Ortiz coming out back to back. And they go at it, and lots of action as the Blade gets eliminated. Any other eliminations before that? Let me guys check my notes. Nope. So the Blade gets eliminated first. And, you know, we see Ortiz screaming at the camera, "The best! The best!" Do we need to hear that? That's all I got to say about that. All right, and the third group, Billy Gunn, Pentagon Zero, or Pentagon Jr., Penta El Zero, that's his new name now, I guess, I don't know. The Machine, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, and then Darby Allin. Allin is announced and he hits Brian Cage with a skateboard. He goes straight for Ricky Starks, hits a Canadian Destroyer. Then Ray Phoenix hits the ropes, but Darby knocks him off the top rope, and Phoenix is eliminated. And then Chucky T hits Soul Food. And then the best friends hug it in, man. They hug. It's super effective. And we get that. That's always awesome to see. And more action after that. And and we get to the fourth and final group: Shawn Spears, Eddie Kingston, The Butcher, Sonny Kiss, and Lance Archer. So Lance Archer comes out, spins over the top into the ring, crashing into like everybody. Hager and Sonny against the rope. Sonny escapes, sends Hager to the outside. So Sonny eliminated Jake Hager. Well, that's going to lead to a match. You know that. That's going to be pissing off Jake Hager. Then Brian Cage comes from behind, sends Sonny to the outside, and he's eliminated. And then Tully Blanchard hands Spears something. I think it was like a brass knucks or something. While on the outside, Hager clocks Sonny in the head. Spears continues to walk around the ring, not entering the ring yet because he's not official yet. Well, he's official, but not official. You know what I mean? And then Santana runs and Trent sends him to the outside. So Santana's eliminated. Ortiz gets sent over the top rope. He's eliminated. And Trent's about to send him out, but Archer grabs Trent and sends him over the rope. So Trent's gone. Ortiz, who stayed in, thinks he's like, I'm smarter than everyone. So Archer's like, fuck you, dude. Punch him in the face. So I'll eliminate him. And then we get the Joker, which is usually a new star or a returning star or somebody else. The Joker this year is Reborn Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne, whatever you want to call him. Wait a minute. Wasn't Matt Sydal in Ring of Honor? Yes, he was. Wasn't he supposed to be in the Pure Tournament coming up? Yes. So I don't know if he's signed with Ring of Honor and he's doing AEW. I don't know. Oh, this is just a one shot. I don't know. Not that I would mind Matt Sydal in AEW. I just don't know what they're going to do with him. So he comes down, hits a knee strike to Shawn Spears. We see Will Hobbs on the ground. Matt goes to the top rope, botches the shooting star press. How do you botch that? Jesus Christ. He makes his AEW debut and makes the biggest botch of the match. Should have stayed home. I guess you needed your third eye to figure that out, huh, Matt? Idiot. Kaz grabs him and it's like, "Are you okay, dude?" I was like, fuck this guy. Anyway, Houseless Matt hits a back elbow. Archer and Cage go at it. I love that one. Archer steps on the face of Ricky Starks. Yeesh. And then we see Pentagon Zero Miedo get eliminated, which sucks. Blade and Kaz are in the middle of the ring. They go at it. A whip is reversed and Kaz is tossed over the top rope to the outside, and he's gone. And then the Butcher is fighting Matt Sydal. Sydal hits a roundhouse. Then a bunch of pyro goes off. I don't know. I don't know why the pyro went off. Okay, that was a botch or something. I don't know. I don't know. Brian Cage holds up an X. I don't know for what reason. He hits Shawn Spears with an F5. Hits a neckbreaker to Will Hobbs. And he tries to go for the flatliner, but then he changed it into a German suplex to Eddie Kingston. Tries to one on Archer, not happening. He gets clothesline. And tries to the Darby. Darby ducks Cage, and Cage hits Starks. Oops. Then Darby hits a stunner. Darby then eliminates Ricky Starks. Cage grabs Darby and hits a ripcord and a hard shot to the head. Starks grabs Darby and sends him into the ring post. Ow. Then Rick grabs a body bag. I mean, literally a body bag. And then Sydal has Archer in the corner. And then you go at it. Brian Cage grabs a bag of thumbtacks out of the body bag. Ooh. Drops them all in the bag, in the body bag. Then he zips up Darby in the bag. Under his shoulders, tossed back over the top rope. Oh, fuck! Darby then leaves back. I was sick. Shawn Spears misses a splash. He's on the apron. Matt Sydal was there to kick him, but Spears grabs his head and gets him on the apron. Then high kick to the head. Sydal goes to the top rope, dives with a stomp to Shawn Spears and eliminates him. He goes to the top rope. Will Hobbs is there. Sydal hops over and that had hurt. Will Hobbs turns. Archer's there. Well, Hobbs tries for a right hand. Archer hits the ropes, and they both hit the ropes, and Archer takes Hobbs down. Then here comes Brian Cage, and they go head to head, back and forth. Archer, hey, yay, boo, stuff like that. And Butcher with a crossbody in the center of the ring. He grabs Matt Sydal. Archer gets up. He attacks the back, and then the Butcher is eliminated. Archer lifts Matt on the shoulders. Archer shoots him off and into a DDT Kingston. That was cool. Archer lifts Sydal. He hits the blackout. Then he wants to choke slam him, but Sydal goes on the apron. Eddie sends him off, and Archer's on the apron. Eddie on the apron. He goes snake in a bag. Ugh. As the Butcher is there to grab Archer. Archer kicks him. Then he kicks Blade, who is somehow back. I don't know why. Eddie is on the top rope, and he bites the ear of Archer, and he hits a right hand. And again, Jake sends the bag into Eddie. Then Archer grabs him by the neck and sends Eddie flying into the Butcher and the Blade to win the match and is now the #1 contender against Moxley or whoever holds the belt. Most probably even be Moxley, but we'll see. So Lance Archer picks up the win. Match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Wasn't that bad of a match. Pretty good Rumble or Battle Royale, whatever you want to call it. That's excuse me. That's all I gotta say about that. And we will move on from there. And that's it. Let me just check something. Did I miss some match? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, I'm right. All right. Then we get to match number 4. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in a broken move. Yes. This is the match that everybody was talking about. With the if I can, a football field yelling for Sammy to come out and face him. Face me, Matt Hardy. I mean, face me, Sammy. So Matt waits and waits. Then he turns around, Sammy golf cart, sets Matt down as the bell rang. Sammy chases Matt down with a golf cart. Matt sidesteps and Sammy crashes into some trash cans. And Matt just starts beating on him, tosses him into a trash can, then onto a picnic table. Then he grabs Sammy, attacks the back. Sammy works the leg, but Matt hits a DDT onto the table. Ow. As Orby starts to count. So it's a last man standing match, I guess. Excuse me. Makes that count of 3. They head to a lift, and both men get up. They're near a table. Matt looks for the side effect, but Sammy spears Matt, and they fly off the lift onto the table. This is where Matt Hardy smacked his head on the cement, busting his head, back of the head wide open. Ugh. Probably has like fractured skull or cracked skull, I don't know. But he had a concussion. That's all I gotta say about that. And Orby's like, "Oh shit!" And Matt looks see if he's not dead yet. So Sammy asks Orby to count. Sammy gets out of his clothes as Orby starts to count. Orby hits 7, and Matt Hardy gets up. I don't know why, and he's really can't even get up. The dude can't get up. Sammy grabs him, drags Matt. Matt's unable to stand. Sammy can't even hold him up, so he's basically dead weight. Matt swings with some rights, and he's finally on his feet, but he ends up falling in a daze. And Orby holds up the X. Throws Sammy back. Sammy says the match isn't over. So in comes the doctor to hold Matt back as Sammy walks away. Matt gets up. He looks like Tech 6'9". Fuck Tech 6'9", by the way. He wants Sammy to come and get his deletion. And we follow Sammy as he goes toward him. He's pissed as trainers walk to the back. And that right there should have ended the match. I just don't know why it restarted. As you see Aubrey walking Matt through the hall. And here comes Sammy out of a door to DDT Matt on the concrete. Yeah, give him more, even a bigger concussion. And somehow the match continues. And then Sammy heads towards the stage. They climb some steps onto the stage. Sammy with a right. Matt returns with one of his own. They go back and forth. Sammy sends Matt into some scaffolding. Sammy begins to climb the scaffold. Matt climbs as well. Then he punches Sammy. Sammy falls off the scaffolding onto the stage. And he breaks through the stage. Yeesh. And the referee's at 5. And then she counts, Aubrey counts some more. She hits 10. The match is over. Matt Hardy picks up the win. And a match that really should have fucking ended when Matt Hardy missed the table and cracked his head on the concrete. Brutal. So I give it 3 out of 5. For the love of God, stop the damn match! Barbecue sauce. No. But the match should have fucking ended. I don't know why they kept going with it. I mean, Tony should have just been in Aubrey Edwards' ear and said, "Stop the match! Stop the match! It's over! Don't let them fight anymore." And then they fought. And Aubrey Edwards was like, "Ring the bell!" You really could have hurt Matt Hardy even more than it was hurt already. I mean, he had a concussion. God knows what else he would have got. I mean, if imagine him falling through the scaffold. Imagine he missed the scaffolding and missed the mark where, I mean, it was supposed to go through the stage. Imagine he missed that. He'd have been dead. But thankfully, that didn't happen. As Sammy went through the stage, and I guess he's okay. But it is what it is. So that was that. So, the match itself was all right, but the finish, should have never happened. But they, so I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. It should have just stopped the match and that's it. But that's that. Should have went on with the next match, but that's that. Speaking of the next match, we got the match number 5 for the AEW Women's Title. Hikaru Shida taking on Thunder Rosa, the NWA champion. This was fantastic. Great match between the two ladies. They lock up, and Rosa shows Shida's face. They go back and forth, doing the same thing until Thunder Rosa takes it down by both legs. Shida tries for a triangle, but Rosa Rosa turns it into an ankle. She gets the ropes. Rosa arm, the wrist. She flips out, reverses, rolls through, and Rosa rolls through with her. She goes for the knee. Rosa hits the ropes over into the top of the corner. Blah blah blah. We got a lot of near falls out of this match, and I'm going to save time and just abbreviate these results because I got to make a phone call. But it is what it is. So we're getting to the end. And we're getting to a part of the match. They go back and forth, standing up. Rosa with body shots, then a knee to the stomach. Drop kick off the ropes, but Shida bounces off with a knee. And Rosa hits a German suplex to Shida. It's an insecurity to Thunder Rosa. Then she hits a Falcon Arrow. Looks to be over, but she only gets a 1 count as Thunder Rosa's like, "No, I got to pin me with that." She tries for another Falcon Arrow, but Rosa turns it into a near fall. Shida grabs the leg. Shida wants to stretch muffler. Rosa crawls for the ropes, and she gets the ropes. Shida grabs the hair. Rosa with some shots and a backstabber for a near fall. She locks Shida up on her back and spins, but Shida rolls her up, and Rosa rolls right back out. Then Shida with a hard right hand for a near fall. Tries to get Rosa on her shoulders and hits a backbreaker for a near fall. Shida hits a running knee to face for the 1, 2, 3, or the running boombaye, whatever you want to call it. So she picks up the win. Match was great. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. So obvious winner. I don't think they're going to give Thunder Rosa the belt and then have her go to NWA and defend it there. It would have been really weird, but we'll see what happens. So Hikaru Shida picks up the win, and a great match. So we'll see what happens with Hikaru Shida as we roll on into Wednesday night, who her next opponent may be. But Thunder Rosa put on a great match, and she's gonna be putting on some great matches in AEW. So get ready for that. So if I had to pick somebody to be the next contender, probably maybe. Well, I don't even know who the number one contender is right now. I would say Nyla, but we haven't seen Nyla in a couple of weeks. Probably won't be Britt Baker because I think she's like number 4 or 5. Chris Statlander on the shelf for another few months with that knee injury. Big Swole, I really don't want to see her get a title shot, but probably be the last resort. Penelope Ford, but she already got a title shot and lost. But that's all. I really don't know who's next for Kuroshita, but we'll see what happens with that, and we move on from there. And then after that, we Kip Sabian is standing by with some words for us. He and Penelope Ford with Alex Morales. Penelope Ford announces they got married, and the marriage will be Dynamite. Ooh, I wonder what that's going to be. Kip says that there is no wedding without a bachelor party. And, well, who's the best man? Well, Kip found the guy, and he will tell us on Wednesday. Ooh. Then advertises his Twitch, which he can actually use, unlike Adam Cole and AJ Styles and Paige. They can't use it anymore because of fucking Vince McMahon and his stupid, idiotic ideas. Fuck you, Vince. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, yeah, Wednesday we're gonna get an ocean wedding. Well, bachelor party and a wedding. And maybe a bachelorette party. As all freaking weddings do. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. And then that's that. And we move on. All right, match number 6, the Dark Order of Evil Uno, Grayson, Brody Lee, and Colt Cabana, the man who sucks dick, taking on the Natural Matt Cardona. Match was all right, nothing great, but I think this was Matt Cardona's last match. We had Anna Jay at ringside, and she goes with her right hand. Brandy comes in. She runs with a pump kick to Anna, and then Scorpio Sky with a hurricane to Brody Lee as he gets sent to the outside. Stu's outside to grab Anna Jay. Sky hits the rope. Stu is there to interrupt Sky with a kick. And that's that. Then tagging the Matt Cardona tries for radio silence or the rough, but Brody Lee hits a powerbomb, tags in Colt, and we find out QT's the legal man. He sends Lee to the outside. Commander goes for a backsplash in the corner, but QT moves and Colt crashes into the turnbuckle. QT hits the ropes and he goes to the outside with a flying dive. Well, back in the ring goes for a cutter, but Uno's there to mess him up and hit a powerbomb. And then we get near the end, and Lee sends QT in the corner, wanting the attack from Dustin. Dustin gets it, and they go at it back and forth. Rights until Lee sets him up for a powerbomb. Dustin floats over, hits the ropes, hits a spinning discus clothesline, and they get a tag to Colt. Colt puts Dustin to the center, goes to the top. A moonsault, but he missed, and Dustin moved, and he rolls him up with a 19 roll up for a 1-2. No, actually 1-2-3. And sorry about that. Just kidding. So the Natural Nightmares, Scorpio Sky, and Matt Cardona beat the Dark Order. Match is all right. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Afterwards, Brody Lee is pissed. Yells at Colt that he set him up. And he shoves Colt down. Colt says, it's my fault. I'm sorry. Lee yells that he saved Colt and leaves to the back. And then everybody leaves except for Evil Uno. And he all Colt hand pulling him out of the corner and walks him to the back. So we'll see what happens on BTE with the Dark Order. They're probably going to yell at Colt Cabana. And that's that. And then they have a Dustin Rhodes promo saying he's pumped. He says they left the dog on in the dust. They did it for Cody. Of course, he's going to be back and take what was rightfully his back, the TNT title. And then we find out that Dustin Rhodes will get a TNT title shot on Wednesday. Dustin's like, really? He said, been a long time. He thanks Tony, says hard work pays off. He tells Brody, God damn it, boy, he's coming for his blood and hell is coming with him. But you know Brody Lee's going to win. That's all I got to say about that. And we get give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get match number 7 for the AEW World Tag Team titles. FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hardwood. FTR, the Revival, taking on Adam Page, and Kenny Omega got a nice freaking entrance. As always. This match was not only good. This was great. Not like the Bucks and Page and Omega at what happened at Revolution back in February, but this was pretty damn good. They went back and forth, going completely berserk. And, I mean, the suplex and a frog splash from Cash for a near. They go for the Goodnight Express. Page clocks Wheeler, Dax with a brain buster to Omega. And they just kept going at it. They, Omega hit a Tiger Driver 98 for a near fall. And then they go at it a whole bunch of times. So I'm going to get to the end. And they were working on Kenny, and Kenny's leg was like shot. Omega pulls Cash up. Dax gets kicked away. Kenny goes for the V trigger, but Cash moved and hits Adam Page. Oops. Then they get a chop block to Kenny Omega's leg, and then his leg was shot anyway. Cash drop kicks Omega, tags in Dax. Dax grabs Page, lifts him up, and they hit a spiked pile driver. And looked like they're about to win the titles, but Page somehow kicked out. Cash gets tagged in. They want another spiked pile driver. They go for it. Omega can't find it. He's struggling on the apron. He can't get in. And they hit another spiked pile driver on Page. 1, 2, 3. We have new tag team champions and FTR. Obvious they were gonna win it, but just pretty good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, it gets a little interesting. Page is struggling to stand. Omega has a TV tray in his hand. And Omega shows some struggle. He shakes his head, tosses a mini table down, Page a hug, but collapsed. And Omega turns to Adam Page. He then leaves and heads to the back. We follow him as he goes to the Bucks, says he's done. He wants to leave. He said, let's go. The Bucks follow him. They walk out of the arena as Omega calls for a clean break, whatever that is. They have a car waiting for him. Omega says, asks them if they are with him or not, and he tells them to think about it. So it looks like we're getting the start of the Kenny Omega heel turn, which is going to be coming pretty soon. So and the Bucks as well. So, the seed was planted, and that's all I got to say about that. And we move on from there. So I gave the Aftermath 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right. After that, we get to match number 8, the Mimosa Mayhem match. Orange Cassidy against Chris Jericho. This was insane. Lots of moves. Each man almost went into the Mimosa, and Orange grabs the ropes, grabs a picture of Mimosa. Jericho turns. Orange tosses a picture into his face. Jericho's blinded. He rolls him up for a near fall, then hits a Superman punch. Grabs Jericho, sends Jericho over the top rope, and his foot falls down. Orange goes to the top rope, grabs Jericho. Orange into the orange, but he slings like Jericho into the ropes. Orange sends Jericho into the turnbuckle, goes to the top rope. Jericho to the second rope. Orange locks up on the top rope. Jericho punches, shoots Orange off the corner. We get a kip up on the corner, hits a Hurricane Rana. Then he hits the ropes, kick to Jericho's head. Then a DDT for a near fall. Goes back to the top rope, he dives, and then Jericho hits the code breaker from out of nowhere, from in midair, for a near fall. Jericho looks to end the match. He holds his hand up, lifts Orange up, but Orange holds onto the ropes. Jericho to the top rope, looking for a razor's edge into the vat of mimosa, but Orange slides off. Orange up hits a Superman punch to Jericho. Jericho's teetering, is hanging on for dear life. Orange hits the ropes. Then he hits another Superman punch, and Jericho lands in the OJ, and Orange Cassidy wins, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So match was all right, not bad, 3.5 out of 5 stars, and Jericho's like swimming. He was half dead, and he's floating up to the top. That was kind of funny. So yeah, Orange Cassidy has won the feud, and we all knew he would win this match. I was hoping for Jericho, but I knew that Orange Cassidy was going to win this match. But that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. All right, then we get to the main event for the AEW World Heavyweight title. MJF takes on Joe, and that's pretty much it. Pretty brutal match, not a bad match per se. Kind of went back and forth through most of it. Moxley sends MJF into the apron. Hardy then shoots the legs, catapults MJF into the post a few times, trying to put it back in place because he looked like he separated his shoulder. Al did his best when they fell from the I think they fell from the highway onto like some boards and stuff, and then they get up and you know how it goes. If you've seen it, you've seen it. I'm not going to go into it. MJF stands up and he's busted wide open, crimson mask. Moxley sees it and he's like, hey. Hits a clothesline, boot from the corner, knee to MJF, hooks the arm, turns it into a suplex, spinning MJF in the air, grabs MJF and locks him up under his leg, looking for a pile driver. But the arm isn't agreeing with him. It's still messed up. MJF rolls out of the ring. Moxley follows, grabs the leg. MJF runs, and Moxley catches him and slams him down, almost like a deep six kind of move. He must be watching Baron Corbin tapes. John says MJF back in the ring, runs towards him, but MJF grabs the arm, and Moxley's there with the Gotch-style pile driver for a near fall. And MJF's like, no! And he get hit with it. And Moxley grabs the head of MJF and bites him. And now we see blood on Moxley's face. So we got a lot of blood in this match. Grabs MJF, sits him on the top rope, spreads the legs, not like that. Then stands up to the second rope, and gets Moxley's hand. He bites the finger, and he stomps the living bejesus out of Moxley's arm. He works on, pulls back on it. Ow. Right hand from both go back and forth. And Moxley misses a clothesline. MJF kicks, another kick to face. Hits the ropes right, and he hits a right elbow. MJF spins with an elbow, but John with a German suplex, then a clothesline for a near fall. Moxley gets up. MJF is laid out. Moxley calls for MJF to stand and fight. And get up! MJF's on his knees. Looks to Moxley. John gets in his face. MJF spits in the face of John. Ooh, not good. Moxley grabs the head. Double underhooks. The referee him like, you can't use the paradigm shift. So Moxley stops. Hits Salt of the Earth. MJF has Salt of the Earth, and he has the hold in, and he's biting the hand of Moxley. John reaches for the ropes. MJ pulls on the arm, locks it in with his leg. Let me just. Okay. He's pulling back hard. Moxley gets the rope. The referee has to break the hold. Then Moxley on the apron. MJ drops to break a hold, hurting the arm. Then MJF hits a heat seeker for a near fall. Well, very near fall. And MJF's pissed. Goes around, calls for another heat seeker. Moxley's able to stand and looks for an Alabama slam, but instead hits a variation of a muscle buster for a near fall. Moxley gets to his knees. MJF gets to his knees. They go head to head. They get to their knees. Slap to Moxley, back and forth. John's like, come on, hit me! Then a headbutt from both. Slaps back and forth. Just a really big fight. They hit headbutts. MJF with knees. Moxley hits the ropes. MJF pulls the ref in the way. And the referee's like, no! And then MJF hits a thumb to the eye on a Rowdy Piper. MJF with a backslide. And we see MJF's busted up all over again. I mean, the blood dried, and now he's busted wide open again. Gets a near fall out of that. Locks in a sleeper, then a low blow from MJF. Roller for a near fall. MJF gets up. He locks the head of Dean for the crossroads. He hits it for a near fall. And then Wardlow's on the apron, yelling at the ref. Tosses the dynamite ring to MJF. Moxley sees it. Wardlow has the ref. Wardlow still has the referee distracted. John double underhooks. Paradigm shift. Like I said it was going to happen. So, Barry Horowitz myself for that, for the finish. And he gets the win. And retains the AEW World title. Match itself was pretty good. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And basically that ends the show. So not a bad show. Not a bad show. So I give it a solid 7 out of 10. I might be overrating it. I don't give two shits. It's my opinion, my show. You don't like it, get the fuck off my channel. That's all I got to say about that. So Moxley retains, but I think MJF's got a case now. He's like, oh, Moxley, you used the paradigm shift. But the referee's going to say, I never saw it. So my decision stands. Then I'll probably have a rematch, maybe on Dynamite in maybe the coming weeks. Moxley win that one. Moxley win that one. So I think they're setting up Moxley, Lance Archer. They're going to try to do what New Japan did with Moxley and Archer for the U.S. title. And Archer beat Moxley for the U.S. title. And that's what I think is going to happen here. I think Moxley will face Lance Archer probably on Dynamite, or maybe at the next pay-per-view, Full Gear 2. Well, who knows? And Lance Archer become the new champion, and then he'll probably lose it, maybe back to Moxley, or maybe lose it to Cody. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it for that. All right, so that ends my review. Thank you all for watching. Sorry I had to abbreviate some of the matches, and I just didn't really feel like talking for almost 2 hours, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys thought of All Out in a comment down below. You can do a video reply down below if you wish. If you have any questions regarding All Out, regarding AEW itself, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, CCW, anything in the world of professional wrestling you want to ask me, put it down below in the comment section of this video, or hit me up on Twitter with a tweet or a DM at my Twitter link, which is in the description box below. And also friend me on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, just type in Peter Gilmore. You'll find me somewhere. Maybe I'll find you. Maybe I won't. And if you're on Twitter link down below. Maybe I'll follow you back. Maybe I won't. Who knows? And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching the video. Smash that like button to death. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And let's get this channel up to 400 subscribers. Hopefully we get there. We're about 48 away right now. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. And hopefully we'll get to 400 maybe by the end of the year. I don't know, but we'll see. Might get close, but we'll see. And that's pretty much it. So smash the subscribe button to death as well on this channel and all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And share the video all over the internet. But most importantly, and you have to do this, hit that bell. Get notified when I do my videos, when I go live, when I do my regular videos on my phone. And you'll be first to know when I do a video and when I'm live. So you never miss a beat, and you don't come crying to me, where's your video? Well, if you hit the bell and turn on all my notifications, you'll get the video if YouTube decides to send it out to you. That's not my fault. If you don't get it, it's not my fault. It's YouTube's fault. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching my review. AEW All Out. That's a 7 out of 10. Not his best, but we'll see what happens this Wednesday night on Dynamite. We got a wedding between Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. That should be pretty interesting. We'll see what happens. Maybe chaos at the end. I don't know. Maybe somebody will come out and say, I slept with Kip. Or Kip kissed me. Or he had sex with me. Something like that. I'm having his baby. Something like that. Some stupid shit's going to happen. You know what's going to happen in weddings. That's all I got to say about that. And the wedding's going to be called off. But they're really married in real life. Just saying. And that's all I got to say about that. So, we'll see what happens Wednesday night with Moxley and MJF. I think Moxley has a case, for a rematch. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with Lance Archer, who is now is entitled to a title match. So we'll see when he gets that match and more chaos that he's going to bring. We'll see what happens with Adam Page and Kenny Omega and the Bucks and the Elite. Who knows what's going to happen with that? situation. Now we got FTR as the champs. We'll see how their reign starts. I think they're gonna face the Bucks at Full Gear 2. That's gonna happen, I think, at Full Gear. I don't think the Bucks are gonna win the belts there, but you never know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with Hikaru Shida, who her next challenger is, and plenty more to come this Wednesday night on Dynamite, which is unopposed this week because NXT is doing Super Tuesday 2 with Adam Cole, baby, and Finn Balor for the vacant NXT World Heavyweight title. We'll see who wins that. But I think since some of the spoilers are out already, I think you know, and for me, it's not good. And that's all I can say about that. So I kind of spoiled it too, but I don't give a shit. And that's that. But we'll see what happens this Tuesday night. We'll see what happens with the ratings. And AEW might win again. I don't know because they had 928,000 this past week. To NXT's 849,000. So both shows are pretty good viewer wise. We'll see what happens this week with the ratings, and that's pretty much all I can say about that. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back tomorrow night after I get home from work, probably around this time, by 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock, 1:30, with my Raw review, talking about what happened on Raw, and we'll see what happens with that. So join me tomorrow on the Killer Demon 669 channel for Monday Night Raw review, and then Tuesday night for my AEW review, and right after that, Wednesday night for my NXT review on Tuesday night, AEW on Wednesday night, and then Friday night, SmackDown Live right after SmackDown goes off the air. Actually, I got to work that night, so I'll probably get it maybe late Friday night because I got to work the next day. So I'm going to try to get it done before I go to. I got to go to bed early because I got to get up and I got to be at work before 3. So I'm going to try to get that up Friday, late Friday night. And if not Friday night, I'll definitely get it up Saturday. So we'll see what happens in between that. And that's all I can say about that. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Good night, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my Raw review. And that's all I can say about that. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to Sloppy Joe for coming in the chat. Big ups to him, one of my faithful subscribers and a supporter. Thank you for supporting and subscribing to the channel. And that's it. So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all for watching. I'm out, everybody. Peace, bitches.